Well, breaking news before you go this morning. A person is in the hospital after a crash. Officers called the 72nd and Pacific just after 5 o'clock this morning. Dispatchers tell us the victim's injuries are not considered to be serious.
Also breaking this morning, Omaha crews battle a late night fire. It happened near 154th and Curtis Avenue after 11 last night. We are told there are no injuries to report. No word yet on the extent of the damage.
And more breaking news at the alert desk now. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says the U.S. is leading the peace effort in Ukraine. He adds the U.S. is the only country powerful enough to do so. Right now, he is in Brussels, Belgium, ready to attend a NATO meeting there. He says U.S. is putting pressure on Russia. Now, these comments come a week after those two countries started military conversations back up for the first time in more than 4 years. Aaron?
More top stories now. 4 additional people arrested in connection to the disappearance of a Nebraska couple and their unborn child will be in court today. All 4 have been accused of accessory to murder and tampering with evidence.
A man is facing serious charges following a bank robbery and police chase. Police say 23-year-old Deron Lewis Payne held up the I-3 bank near 156 and West Maple Road. He is in the Douglas County Jail this morning on 1 count of robbery.
Happening today, Nebraska Secretary of State Bob Evnen set to release the state's voter registration list of the Department of Justice, or to the Department of Justice. A lawsuit filed by Common Cause Nebraska is aiming to stop this release.
A staple in the Bellevue community is closed indefinitely after a fire. It happened at Stella's Bar and Grill. We're told it left electrical, plumbing, and structural damage. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
And happening tonight, the Nebraska DOT holding a public open house about the preliminary design for a new I-80 interchange. It goes from 5 to 7 at the address right there on your screen.